In this video, we're going to look at how to name binary molecular compounds. The word molecular, you might remember, means it's got covalent bonds, and the word binary refers to two. So binary molecular means we're going to look at simple molecules made from just two elements. Since these compounds are covalently bonded, we're expecting two nonmetals or possibly metalloids. So looking at our periodic table, we're considering elements over on this side. This is what we're talking about for binary molecular. Also, hydrogen could be involved in those. The big difference from binary molecular compounds to what we did with ionic compounds is the binary molecular are going to use prefixes. Now, you hopefully do recognize some of these prefixes for 1 through 10. Certainly di and tri, mono I think is familiar. A lot of my students aren't real familiar with tetra. You remember when we were talking about molecular geometries though, we referred to the tetrahedral figure that had 4 sides. Penta, hexa, hepta, octa, and deca all seem pretty familiar to people. The 9 for nana, that one seems to be kind of new. But you're just going to have to study up this list of prefixes. Since we don't have a metal and a nonmetal, the way we decide which element to go first is we pick the least electronegative element. And that first element will only get one of those prefixes if there's more than one atom. So that leaves the more electronegative element to be named second. The second element will always change its name to end in the letters IDE. Again, that's a little bit like the ionic compounds did. And we're always going to use a prefix with the second element. Now, I put a little asterisk here by the always, because technically the rule is we use a prefix with the second element if there's more than one possible compound. The problem with that rule is that beginning chemistry students aren't going to know if there's more than one possible compound, so it's kind of an impossible rule to apply. So we're just going to use a prefix with the second element all the time. Let's look at an example. Ni3. Well, hopefully you recognize that N is nitrogen and I refers to iodine. Now there's only one N, so nitrogen's going to work. Iodine, remember we changed the name to end in IDE, iodide, and there's 3 of them, so we're going to use the prefix tri, and we end up with nitrogen triiodide. And yes, we do keep all those vowels in this case. Next example, P stands for phosphorus. Cl is chlorine. Chlorine is going to change its name to become chloride. And there's only one phosphorus, so no prefix here. There's 5 chlorines, so we're going to put penta. Slide this over. We have phosphorus pentachloride. Next example, N2O4. Again, our elements are N is nitrogen, O is oxygen. Oxygen is going to become oxide. There are 2 nitrogens, so this time we need a prefix, dinitrogen. There are 4 oxygen. So our prefix is tetra. Now, tetraoxide, apparently somebody decided sounds kind of funny, so we shorten it up. We're just going to drop the A, and we're going to end up with dinitrogen tetroxide. The AO combination, we'll drop the A. Also, there's examples with a double O, we'll drop one. For example, monoxide, we don't say monooxide, we go monoxide. I'm just going to give one example doing the reverse, and hopefully you can see that it's incredibly easy. If I look at this name, diarsenic pentasulfide, it literally spells out for me 2 arsenic, 5 sulfide is sulfur. So to make my formula, put subscripts, 2 arsenic, and 5 sulfur. Hopefully that gets you started on naming binary molecular compounds and possibly writing a few formulas. Good luck. Thanks for watching.